Hey all, my name is Paul Borosky and I am the owner of Quality Business Plan. And what I'd like to do today is to introduce you all to my beginner's guide to financial analysis for Disney 2022. So the way the video is going to play out is first and foremost going to go ahead and give you all a little bit of background about me, who I am, what I do, and why I do it. After that, we'll then go ahead and take a look at the three components that are included in the beginner's guide to financial analysis for Disney 2022. And at the end of the video, if you all are interested in purchasing the beginner's guide, I'll also provide you all with the link to do so, which is right here, and then I'll also give it to you all at the end of the video. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at this. So as promised, a little bit about me, Paul Borosky, MBA, doctoral candidate. I have been publishing company reports for the last 5 years. I analyze between 15 to 25 companies on an annual basis, and I provide my customers or clients with the opportunity to purchase either the financial reports or the beginner's guides, and it just depends on your preference for which report is going to be best suit your needs. I am also the author of The Beginner's Guide to Understanding Financial Statements and Financial Ratios. You all can find that on Amazon.com. And then I am an adjunct professor and subject matter expert in finance. I've been doing that for about, I believe, 9 or 10 years. So I do have some education and some real-world teaching experience backing up my thoughts and ideas in my analysis and my beginner's guides. All right, so without further ado, let's talk about the star of the show, which is Disney 2022 Beginner's Guide to Financial Analysis. So as I stated just a few minutes ago, this document does have three components to it, which is the income statement, the balance sheet, as well as the financial ratios. All right, so for the income statement section, I start that section off with a summarized income statement for Disney for the last 5 years, and this is what's included in the actual report from 2022 back to 2018, and this is how I summarize the income statement. Next, what follows after that is I will then go ahead and take a look at important line items on the income statement. For example, revenues. I'll define it. I'll give it to you in other words or layman's terms, and then I'll give you some analysis tips of what to look for when you are analyzing that line item. For the balance sheet, I start off that section as the same way that I do for the income statement. I'll summarize the balance sheet, and this is Disney's balance sheet summarized for the last 5 years. Next, what I'll do is, again, identify important line items on Disney's balance sheet. For example, cash. I'll define what cash means. I'll give it to you in layman's terms, and then I'll give you some analysis tips to what to look for when analyzing that specific line item. Now, I do change things up with the financial ratios. For the Disney's financial ratios, what I've done is I categorize them into 4 different categories: liquidity ratios, asset ratios, profitability ratios, and then debt ratios. Then what I do is I drill down on each one of those categories. For example, liquidity ratios, I'll give you the ratios that I calculated. I'll also provide you all with the formulas that I used when I calculated each one of the ratios. And then I will give you a summary of the findings for each one of the ratios. For example, current ratio, here is Disney's current ratio for the last 5 years using this formula right here. I then go further with the financial ratios, and then I'll identify important financial ratios in each one of the categories. I'll explain what that ratio is. I'll explain the formula used. I'll give it to you in layman's terms as to what that ratio means, and then I'll give you some analysis tips as to what to look for when analyzing that specific ratio, and then I will also provide you all with the specific numbers used in calculating that specific ratio. For example, current assets divided by current liabilities, and here is that will give you the current ratio, and then I provided you all with the numbers I actually used to calculate the current ratio. All right, hopefully this information was helpful. If y'all are interested in purchasing my Disney 2022 Beginner's Guide to Financial Analysis, just go to this link right here, and yeah, have a good day. Thank you.